This is hashtag Garden Tour Saturday, a collaboration hosted by Grandma Sandy. Anybody could join. There are 3 co-hosts, myself, Pat from Pat's Garden Life, and Lisa from Growing on Vancouver Island. But there are so many participants that have wonderful channels too. So if you just type in hashtag Garden Tour Saturday, you can get to see what they have posted for their Saturday tour. The other collaboration I am a part of is hosted by Janita from Janita's BF Well Wishes Garden. Hashtag Let's Share Our Plant Success or Disaster Stories. Today I have a disaster story and a success story. One. Okay, sweet and hot, I want to keep separated. Look at that beauty. I think it's the Hungarian heart. Though the sun went behind some clouds right now, I really needed the shade cloth for these big slicers here. And what I'm using is an actual shade cloth for gardening, but holding it up is curtain rods. I have 2 on the sides and 1 going up the middle for the height. And I don't know if you can see, but there is some yellowing going on in here, which is concerning because I had major yellowing and wilt on 2 of my tomato plants. So I have 2 yellow pear plants in the garden, and they are in different areas. For this plant, I'm pulling it today. I may have left it in a little bit too long. So what had happened was it started turning yellow, some of the leaves. So I would cut them off, they were fine. And then it started wilting really bad, and everything was just turning yellow and dying at a pretty good clip, actually. So it could be a couple of reasons. It's very hard to figure out. So I'm just going to pull the plant and keep an eye on my other plants because I do see some yellowing on some of the branches for the, the big slicers too. And I'm also going to water with some Epsom salt. See, here's some yellowing here. And this is the other yellow pear. I'm going to pull this one out too. And the tomato plants right next to it are perfectly fine. And look at those beautiful tomatoes. So it really could be a number of things, but I'm just going to pull this plant and move on. But like I said, I am concerned that it is spreading to my other plants. So I am going to put a little Epsom salt mixture in the soil and just try to prevent that from happening to my other tomato plants. So I have, fertilized throughout the season. I always do. I mostly use fish emulsion. I've used fish emulsion this year, and I've used chicken manure. And now I'm just going to try a little Epsom salt. A little Epsom salt mixture. Just want these plants, I really just want these tomatoes to be okay. But you never know how it's going to be year to year, and I'm not going to cry over it. But so far, so good. Okay, so enough of the disaster story. Let's go look at my plant success. So last year I had a Crocosmia lucifer that I had in a pot and I planted towards the end of the season in the fall. It died down and it never came back. So the bulbs I had discovered rotted. But I really wanted this plant in my garden because of the timing that it blooms and the pop color it gives. So I ended up buying another plant and I put it in the ground, early summer. And I didn't think it was doing anything because I was looking for the thickness that the other irises put out when irises are blooming. Crocosmia is part of the iris family, but they bloom differently and at a different time of the year. So these are going to be beautiful red spikes. And I'm so glad that they're blooming. So far this is my success story on this plant, the Crocosmia lucifer. And what they do, those bulbs, they actually develop bulbs on top of bulbs inside, like right above them, and they actually grow themselves out of the soil eventually. You can pull them up, separate the bulbs, replant them, and then you have a thriving plant again. I'm not sure if that's what happened to mine. It might have been the harsh winter and soil erosion because they did rise up. But I'm gonna, just try to take care of this plant a little better. They're supposed to be really hardy in my zone 7, hardy up to zone 5. But they are part of the iris family. So here are the iris leaves. And these, are spring flowering. And then these are midsummer to late summer flowering. So I'm looking forward to that. And this is today's harvest. We have basil in a hat, 3 cabbages, kale, 2 eggplants, a squash, some peppers, some tomatoes, and the big Hungarian heart. Though sad to say, it started rotting. But I think I can cut that off.